Free-range bishops are happier bishops. Naturally, in many cases, the bishops aren't contained by the pawn structure and can't be removed by an exchange. In that case, they can really show their stuff. Reshevsky versus Vandenberg, Amsterdam, 1950. White to move. Black's last move wasn't too bright. White has the two bishops, and black went out of his way to blast open the center. True, White's king is still in the middle, and at times, opening things up to punish the enemy's king position takes precedence over any gains you give to the bishop pair. However, in this case black doesn't get anything going at all, and he'll experience nothing but misery once those diagonals fall into the bishop's hands. White can't be foolish and leave his king in the middle too long. He owns the long-term pluses of two bishops and a superior pawn structure. So once his king is safe, everything should go his way. So white has two pawn islands and black has three. Black doesn't have anything that can challenge the might of the dark squared bishop. Black's already busted. Both a7 and d5 are weak, and mate is threatened on g7. The c3 bishop's control over the a1 ha diagonal is a fearsome thing to behold. Black's well aware of his predicament, and he decides to seek kingside counterplay. It's not going to work, but he might as well go down fighting. Welcoming the complications that follow. Of course, there was nothing wrong with the prosaic. And black has no effective way to continue his attack. His last shot. Bishop g6, exclaim. The point of his combination. Naturally, queen takes c3. Fails to queen f8. Mate. Now f7 is defended, and both these bishops are currently hanging. Bishop h5, exclaim. Rook a d8, question mark. Capitulation. Much better was queen takes c3. And king h7. If king h8. h3, exclaim. Rook e7. Rook takes b6, question mark. Rook takes g7 check, wins on the spot. So if queen takes, then this wins the queen. And king takes gets mated. So rook e7. Queen g6, and white should eventually win. The engine says plus 3.8. So instead of king h8, king h7. Queen f5 check, but rook takes a7 is also good. And white, with his extra pawn, pressure against a7, and threats against the enemy king, can count on victory. So that's why after bishop h5, black played rook a to d8, and it's understandable not to want to capture the bishop. Bishop takes g6, exclaim. The mixture of threats against g7 and back rank threats leave black without a defense. Also possible was rook g5, or even rook c5. So let's now look at rook g5. Def to a1 wins easily. Although b6, double question mark, lets black back in the game after h5. It's a draw according to the engine. So instead of rook c5, rook g5, queen c8 was played. Rook c7 exclaim. 1-0. Black has nothing left to play for after queen f5. You can't take the queen because of rook d1 mate. And king g1 is winning. Because now there's no way to guard against the checkmate. Or queen b8. Instead, queen f5 was played in the game, and it was 1-0 after king g1.